what's up everybody? Hope everybody's doing all right. In this demo, I'm going to be showing you the Gristleizer. And if you're not familiar with this, don't worry about it. It's a bit of an obscure effect. It was designed by Roy Gwynn back in the 70s, actually for an article he did in Electronic Projects or something like that. I can't remember the name of the magazine. I think it's no longer around. Anyways, the name Gristleizer was actually created by Chris Carter from Throbbing Gristle, who used this design from this article that Roy put out and made some changes to that circuit, but it was based on Roy's article. Yeah, Electronic Projects or Practical Electronics or some magazine like that. You can find the article online. It's very technical. But essentially, what the Gristleizer is it is uses an LFO with different wave shapes to basically get like a tremolo effect using the VCA, or with the VCF mode, you've got an LFO that basically uses a bandpass filter, which you're going to hear in the demo, the difference between the two, and they're quite strikingly different, and there's a lot of different sounds you can get out of this box. So I'm going to take you through all of the settings, what they all do, and then we'll give it a listen here. And very quickly in this demo, apologies, it kind of gets boring because I only used one riff, because I just got myself a TC Electronic Ditto looper, which these are really great units. I was quite blown away by it, but I just used the one riff because I'm still learning it. I haven't mastered it yet, so I just kept it simple and used one riff. So anyways, let's get down to it. Let's take a look at this thing. All right, let's take a look at the settings on the Gristleizer. So going left to right here, we've got the bias voltage. So what this does is actually sets the bias voltage for the LFO. Typically, you're going to dial that into the strongest LFO signal you can hear, and you leave it. However, in this video, I'm going to go through and show you how adjusting that changes overall tone. And you can get some cool sounds out of it if you actually leave it on the leading or the falling edge of the voltage ramp. Next, you've got the depth. Basically, this is, for lack of a better word, this is a blend control. This is how much of the actual LFO oscillation you're going to hear. Gain control. This is essentially an overdrive gain control. This isn't on the original. I actually talked to Roy about this when I built him one of these a couple years back, and he mentioned this mod to me, so I've added this on here. A little of this goes a long way. You're going to notice in this demo, I don't adjust the gain a lot, because really anywhere past here gets quite feedback driven. And that's also why I'm going to be doing this demo through the clean channel on my 5150, because of the fact that I want you to hear how much the gain control actually contributes, and you don't need a whole lot. So level, that's just your output volume, pretty self-explanatory. Speed, that is the speed of the oscillation. So the higher you go, the faster it oscillates. When you get up around this territory, it starts doing like what we'll call ring mod, for lack of a better word, I guess. Wave shapes, you've got on your far left here, that is rising edge sawtooth, falling edge sawtooth, you've got triangle, and then you've got square wave. And all the way over here, you've got your VCA, voltage controlled amplification, which gives you your tremolo. VCF, voltage controlled filter, which gives you that bandpass filter. So that's pretty much it. Let's listen to what this sounds like. All right, so now that we've taken a look at what all the settings do, let's take a look at the VCA mode, which is essentially a tremolo. next is the VCF, which is basically an LFO with a bandpass filter. Let's take a look at what it sounds like. All right, so let's get into something crazy here. We're going to crank up the speed, and we're going to get like we'll call this a cheap ring mod. That's what we'll call this. It sounds pretty odd. Let's take a listen. All right, so now let's take a look at the bias adjustment. You'll notice in this next little clip how adjusting it will basically determine the strength of the LFO signal, and adjusting it to either side if it's not perfectly set, if the bias isn't perfectly set, you'll notice you get some interesting tones with it.